To better understand gaming history without having to experience all of gaming history, I thought it would be a good idea to play just the first and newest entries in a series, starting with Call of Duty. Here's the highlights of what I found. When playing one of the Soviet missions in Call of Duty, I was allowing my NPC allies to go ahead so that enemies would spot and shoot them first. A callous disregard for my fellow man reflective of the USSR's manpower allowing them to throw bodies at the enemy to ensure victory. Until one time I was waiting for my NPC allies, but no one came. I realised I was the only one left. Those NPCs weren't invincible. I was alone, behind enemy lines. An unexpectedly solemn moment to remind you that war is not fun and games. People die. Allies die often as much, if not more, than enemies. No cutscenes, no dialogue. This occurred organically from pure game design. In Black Ops 7, you fight a giant version of your teammate who has glowing red weak spots on his hands, but also, in case you don't pick up on that, it'll outright tell you to shoot his hands. Call of Duty launched a series that has lasted decades. Black Ops 7 launched eventually. Give it a minute. Also agree to 3 different permissions. Then update your NVIDIA drivers. Also agree to 3 different terms of service. Also spend 20 minutes pre-rendering shaders. Then enable Secure Boot. And then enable TPM 2.0. You can now resume trying to play Black Ops 7 safe in the knowledge your boots are secure from shenanigans in multiplayer scenarios, as the campaign is always online with no exceptions for if you want to play single player but sorry, we need your data and to increase the chance you'll play the multiplayer and give us that sweet skin money nom 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 nom. Call of Duty had the advantage of the context of its story being pre-written, as most people are at least vaguely aware of the events that unfolded in World War II. Yet despite this, it still makes sure to include simple but detailed explanations of what is happening and why, through contextually appropriate means such as field reports and soldiers' letters home. Black Ops 7 has the disadvantage of players needing to be aware of the events of the previous Black Ops games to understand what is happening. Yet despite this, they simply chose not to give any context, and the story begins in medias res. I know why the Germans were the bad guys in Call of Duty, but I have no idea why David Mason's dad is important. I have no idea why David Mason is important. I have no idea who Menendez is, so him maybe being alive means nothing to me. And I have no idea if the supporting characters are completely new to the series or had important roles previously. As best as I can tell, the story of Black Ops 7 is that a special ops gang in the US military stopped a terrorist organization in the past and killed its leader Menendez. Menendez reappears, but a tech corp called the Guild says they'll stop them. The gang investigate. Turns out the Guild is lying, use the toxic gas that causes hallucinations, and skedaddle. But rather than dying, the gang have a shared hallucination due to their minds being connected via neural implants. A biological virus causing a digital virus of sorts in a display of magical realism bordering on parody. Whilst trying to track down the Guild, the gang keeps having these hallucinations that reflect the trauma they experienced as a result of things they did in the previous games, I assume. Escaping these hallucinations means, amongst other ludicrous scenarios, defeating Menendez with giant machetes, shooting down a giant plant monster, and escaping a zombie-filled prison complex by turning the zombies to our side. Some guy betrays us for some reason, so we kill him, we finally find the Guild's underwater lair and blow it up. But the fight never ends, so we're putting you straight into this extraction game mode as an epilogue, haha, fuck you, we tricked you into playing multiplayer. Call of Duty is a game that takes its story seriously. No one could take Black Ops 7's story seriously. Call of Duty has quotes musing about war on the death screens. Black Ops 7 makes me wish I saw an IRL death screen. Call of Duty does have some flawed writing if you prefer historical accuracy, because it has a bit of American machismo and romanticization of how soldiers would talk, but it still manages to keep it grounded enough to be both inspiring and compelling.
Got that, Sergeant?
Oh, yes, sir, you bet. We ride through enemy lines in a French tin can. Want to paint a bullseye on it, sir?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that won't be necessary, Sarge. So unless you got a better idea or a radio that works, carry on. Good luck.
Oh man, this is nuts. I can't believe we're doing this.
Believe it, unless you sprout wings and want to fly. It's only 6 miles, Private. Just shut up and do your job.
Black Ops 7's characters have AAA dialogue.
I like those odds. I don't think they like us very much. In English. No shit, Sherlock!
Call of Duty's gameplay is consistently engaging despite, or perhaps because, its mechanics are so stripped back it doesn't even have a sprint button. Black Ops 7's gameplay was so bad I sprinted through as many encounters as I could, the fun of doing so being more than worth the story beats I missed. Call of Duty released at a time when game design and technology hadn't been iterated upon to the extent mechanics could be added in abundance, so had to nail the level design and gameplay under constraints, and through those constraints created a well-paced, engaging campaign with story beats that genuinely impacted me and left me wanting more. Black Ops 7 is so bloated with mechanics and RPG elements, it throws them at you in hopes enough of them will keep you engaged. You have a wingsuit, bonus equipment, swappable tech like increased jump height, your rank levels up, your guns level up, you can upgrade the rarity of your guns, desperately shoving in as many engagement tricks as possible to distract you from how terrible the game is, culminating in the final mission including a hacking minigame. Twice. I was thankful the game was as short as it was to spare me the crafting they would have probably added had they needed to make the campaign any longer. Call of Duty kept me engaged throughout. Black Ops 7 almost kicked me from my own one-player campaign lobby for inactivity because I dared to take a piss break. In Call of Duty, if you don't protect yourself or your NPC allies' vehicles, they can and will be destroyed and you'll have to restart. In Black Ops 7, if you don't do anything to protect the ship you're riding, nothing will happen and everything will go as scripted, and you can't make it any more of a challenge because Black Ops 7 does not have difficulty options. This is because it is a tightly controlled experience like Dark Souls, except it's controlled to make sure you experience no thrills or challenges whatsoever. Infinity Ward made Call of Duty in 2003 with the return to Wolfenstein engine. 22 years later, and Microsoft's Xbox's Activision Blizzard got Treyarch and Raven Software with support from Infinity Ward, Sledgehammer Games, Beenox, High Moon Studios, Demonware and Activision Shanghai to make Black Ops 7, a game where when you complete the mission where you ram a boat into a building, you get an achievement called "We Didn't Need a Bigger Boat." In Call of Duty you don't get achievements. Instead you get to play a good game. I played these games to understand and be more accurate in my analysis of video game history by seeing the sharp contrast in the oldest and newest entries of one of video games' most important series. Call of Duty is a fantastic game that made me hate what the series has become. It has made me a more accurate hater of the modern video game landscape. To surmise my feelings on Black Ops 7, I will now paraphrase the Sandia National Laboratory's message intended to dissuade future visitors of nuclear waste sites from entry. This place is not a place of honour. No highly esteemed deed is commemorated here. Nothing valued is here. What is here was dangerous and repulsive to us. This message is a warning about danger. The danger is still present, in your time as it was in ours. The danger is unleashed only if you substantially disturb this place physically. This place is best shunned and left uninhabited. I do not recommend Black Ops 7.